Good morning to our dearest participants. For today, I'm your planner speaker, Dennis Ray G. Acapulco. And for today, we're going to tackle or discuss about Adobe Photoshop. But first, I'm going to show you a video that will inspire you to be unique and bring the creativity out of you. So, based on the video, are you inspired of it? And are you motivated to be the creative and unique you? So, do you want to know how to edit and manipulate photos? If yes, this topic is for you. Let me present to you our objectives. At the end of the webinar, the participant should be able to define Adobe Photoshop, show the process of enhancing instructional images using Adobe Photoshop, and lastly, value the importance of Adobe Photoshop in teaching and learning. Alright, so let's begin by knowing what is Adobe Photoshop. Are you ready? If yes, type heart in our chat box. You have 10 seconds to do it. Timer starts now. Looks like you're ready. So let's begin. So Adobe Photoshop contains all information related to image editing software launched by Adobe. It is also Adobe's photo editing, image creation, and graphic design software. Besides that, Adobe Photoshop is a software provides many image editing features, which is extensively used for raster image editing, graphic designs, vector graphics, and digital arts. So as you can see, in the PowerPoint presentation, there is a highlighted word which is raster. So let us know what raster means. So we will have our vocabulary for today. Well, raster is compiled using pixels and tiny dots containing unique colors and tonal information that comes together to create an image, also known as pixel-based. It is like our example here, which is Super Mario, that is pixelated. One of the example is the Minecraft. In addition about Adobe Photoshop, it makes use of layering to allow depth and flexibility in the design. Editing process and enables image creation and altering with multiple overlays that support transparency, as well as providing powerful editing tools that when combined are capable of doing anything. And it is a very friendly software. Well, Adobe Photoshop is the oldest program known for editing images. Today, it is also familiar to even a layman or a non-editor as well. It has a long history to understand the long process of the development of this enormous yet super useful program. It is also compatible with softwares like Windows 10 and also Mac OS with their latest versions. You can find it in many different languages like English, Dutch, Polish, Japanese, and also on. This software application is also useful for teaching and learning. We can use it for our outputs and presentation. Do you know that there are many different versions of Adobe Photoshop? If yes, type in our chat box the smiley face. And if no, type O. You have 10 seconds to answer. Looks like you want to know what are the different versions of Adobe Photoshop. So here are the versions of Adobe Photoshop. But the only versions released that is available until today are Photoshop CS with the version 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Photoshop CC with the version of 2014, 2015, 2018, and 2019. And lastly, Photoshop 2020. These are nothing but updated versions of Photoshop with some new features. So, trivia time! Did you know that nowadays, Photoshop is not just a photo editing software? It is also open for multiple possibilities for catering services for almost every industry. Photoshop has a whole bunch of products in itself as well as several different versions of targeted across numerous industries, which make it a little more distinctive for each other variant and rather complicated sometimes to choose from the range of products available. So we are done with our discussion. Now let's proceed with our demonstration on how to edit an image of a food to enhance it. First, click the Open button to click the file you wanted. When the file is open, we're going to use our basic tools just like the filter, where we're going to sharpen our picture. Then we can adjust on how sharpen or the radius and the amount that we want the picture to be. You can adjust if you want it to be blurred or you want it to be sharpened just like that. You can play with this tool for you to create a wonderful picture. You can also zoom out the picture in the process for you to find out if it's beautiful or not. And when you're done, you can click the OK button for it to be saved. Now, click the image and we're going to adjust the brightness and contrast of the picture for it to enhance its color and lighting. We're going to use the basic coloring correction for this application. As you can see, there are different types of editing tools for coloring corrections and application. Now, we're going to use the level to emphasize the lightness. Now we click on the exposure to play with the correction of the lighting and the offset to emphasize our food. You can use these tools of coloring correction so that your food detail is enhanced. Again, we're going to the image and click the adjustments to adjust the variance of the picture. You can also use this to emphasize the color, variance, or saturation of the picture. In saturation, you can emphasize the color red of the picture and make it brighter and livelier. Now we're going to adjust the hue or the saturation of the image. You can play with the hue and the saturation and the lightness of the picture if you are satisfied with the outcome. We're going to do the color balance. In color balance, you can emphasize the red or the cyan in the picture. And you can also emphasize the green or the magenta color in the picture or the highlighted part, or the blue and the yellow part of the picture. You can adjust it the way you want the picture will become. If you are not satisfied, you can undo it and redo it again. You can use and explore the Adobe Photoshop for your advanced information. And there we have it, an Instagrammable photo for our food. Now we're going to save our file and we're going to rename it. We can choose any file or folder for us to put the photo that we have edited. As soon as you save the photo, there will be a pop-up that will emphasize the pixel or the megabytes of the photo itself. Now, we're going to see the before and after photo of our product. This is the edited and enhanced photo that we made, while this is the original photo. Did you know that there is a mobile application like Photoshop? Have you heard about Adobe Lightroom? If yes, type yes, and if no, type no in our chat box. I will give you 10 seconds to answer. Timer starts now. So, the next thing we will discuss is about the difference between Adobe Photoshop CS6 and Adobe Lightroom. In Adobe Lightroom, you can take a whole bunch of photos or photographs to be edited by using color correction tools at once, like color balance, exposure, and color temperature, and more. Lightroom's ability to control shadows and highlights is incredible. You can edit photo books, albums, and even extract and edit high-quality image from video files through Lightroom. Meanwhile, in Adobe Photoshop CS6, it has everything you want for photo editing, printing, and even graphic designing purposes. It gives you the total power of all the Adobe software combined with unparalleled control over images and designings. Besides the control you gain on white balancing, color correction, exposure, and all related photo correction process, there are many other tools that can help you edit with your design and documents you need. The creative freedom user can gain from those tools is limitless. You may even remove a person or a group of people from an image which is not possible in the version or package like Lightroom and extension. You can create graphics and effects with the help of a unique designing tool that only Photoshop CS6 have. overall, Adobe Photoshop CS6 has a huge difference from graphics designing, photo editing, and correcting verticals, but both of the application doesn't have watermarks, which is good because you can indicate that you are the creator of the photo yourself. The credit can be yours and not to the application. Satya Nani, it is quoted that a little progress each day adds up to big results. So even if it's a little progress, it is still progress. So don't give up right now. You are near to your goal. Thank you for listening on our discussion about Adobe Photoshop. I hope you learned something. Thank you.